They got DMX. They got DMX. Anyway, so I knew that whole DMX Snoop thing. I know all of it. The whole versus thing was fake as fuck. All right, cause one reason, um, like I said in the comment section, again it had the in the comments you could tell it was all of the leftists. What I mean by that, there when I say don't bring that shit, if you some of the people who genuinely might have switched because of the crazy leftists, don't bring that shit. All right, so in the comments section, basically, you couldn't declare a winner, even though they know all the really the old heads. Even regardless, we all know Snoop is a shield for the leftists. Basically he been, basically we don't care though, because we would just go on by the music. But instead, they both won. And also they said some dumb shit like, you know, yeah, they got older and wiser, and they came together and they aged, as they got older. And it's like, bitch, if you know anything, there was never no beef with DMX. Nobody had I don't recall nobody having a. He was an East Coast rapper, but by the time he came out, Biggie and Pac was dead. It was over with. And he was a gang. And then if you watch it, he literally says, because it's like poor X. I think he's one of us, a Ti. Because all the trouble he got in all these years ago, he kept getting in trouble, driving out of license, basically he kept getting in small types of trouble. City jail. He kept having to do time in city jail. And he had no choice. I guess he couldn't pay his fine or whatever. He had to keep doing. Look at this idiot. I guess they're supposed to be mocking me. A white boy. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Yeah, he fat pudgy bitch. So anyway, he wanted to be on tape, so yeah, he do his with his master gangster. Anyway, he kept getting into a little bit of trouble, and then if you watch this thing, you could tell he really kind of was not out of it, but it was out of it like he a regular person out of it, like he wasn't prepared. Not like they say like when Dave Chappelle went crazy, or maybe would you sort of remember years ago Martin Lawrence was in the middle of the highway yelling. And all of it, every time, they were dehydrated. But, you can look all that up. Anyway, he just looked like he really wasn't prepared, like that. But, so some of the things he said, literally, right, it just basically it really wasn't no contest. But they only basically like sympathy. DMX, X was he won or it was nobody. There were no winners, and like I said, there was never nobody had a beef. Everybody loved, and then you could tell just like I was saying, well not to y'all, when he came out, everybody no matter what East, West, Southern, the fans rap people, not fans. We're not fans, but the rap people listen to rap. There was no beef. Everybody was bumping. And then you could tell really that Snoop, he actually loved DMX more music than like Snoop. I mean, DMX didn't know none of Snoop's songs, but Snoop, basically singing all the words to X's songs, right? And actually, though, the thing is, like, I promise you, the only reason is the reason I'm going saying all this. When he first, again, it was one of the reasons, I will point out about East Coast music when they were mad. If you listen to DMX, it was like they were just saying, even Biggie, they were just saying things that West Coast, that years ago they thought was corny and funny when they, their ego. That's what really the West, that's where the whole battle really came from. Their egos on the East Coast, those rappers, the old school rappers. They didn't like by the time NWA in 88 or whatever year they really blew up, they didn't like that. Because, it's Brooklyn is where it originated. They did, but like I said, the rest of the country wasn't buying it. Everybody was, like gangster rap, period. Yeah, the ones who was buying it was white boys. If it wasn't for white boys, NWA wouldn't have been so big. They were the ones buying it. Black kids, we ain't buy it, we dubbed it, or, whatever. You got your copy. White boys actually had the money to go buy the copies. So, anyway, by the time, we're getting older in the 90s and shit, they, salty. They mad. Oh, the West Coast, this bullshit. The Jerry curls and all that shit. But it was real. Nobody didn't want to hear what they were talking about by the '90s, because a lot of them, they were still on that African shit, like this bullshit they're doing now, this woke shit. Nobody wanted to hear that. But like I said, you really, we was on that stop the violence tip. But you listen to that. Like I said, none of us thought, at least that I know, really went out and tried to be gangsters because of gangster rap. You just liked it. It was more exciting, like a movie, like they said, like Scarface says, like a fucking, you don't get mad at TV. But anyway, the reason was because it was telling us about the dangers. And like I said, a lot of us, hey, we ain't doing it, whatever, that shit fake, because it feel fake if you just doing it because you heard it from a song. So anyway, long story short, so about, I guess that was yesterday, I quoted a Snoop song. When I said murder was the case, you could tell these liberals, what made me say it, it's not even because she's white. She's from New York. I bet she's not that old. And she just says a quote from Biggie. Like I said, see, that's again, the liberals, they're mad about, remember I told you that's why they changed, this is proof in my book, why they changed rap, period. Why Cardi B is on top, the Nicki Minaj's, all of this feminist shit. And it's not because she's white. What I'm saying is that them liberal, East Coast it had turned liberal. It's hard to really say it, but like I said, I could feel it back then. And what I was saying was, if you watch that verses, it's a couple of times, like some of DMX hits, he literally got it from Snoop, not just listening to Snoop. And he met him before he got famous at it, because he tells him, he's like, I got that from you. Get at me, dog. He says it in New York, but he literally something just like something Snoop said to him way back in the day in the club. And not only that, the one song, how you really know, the only song X actually got hype on that was one of Snoop's songs. That, like I said, back then they didn't listen to none of those songs. We know every song Snoop played that night. But X don't. Most New York niggas don't. They really don't. They didn't listen to that shit. So anyway, when the one song, Bitches Ain't Shit, came on, but then X hopped up. And even Snoop said, hey, I was surprised that you know that. This was just 3 days ago. So even to this day, we know East Coast niggas do not listen to gangster rap. They never did. Never. They tried to change to get the sales, and they tried to say gangster like Biggie. But they said all that, basically their raps what we call grimy. I'll kick out your moms, kidnap kids, weak shit that I thought back then, I thought it was weak. That shit weak. Y'all niggas trying to be gangsters, but in New York, and at the time, Rudy Giuliani was mayor. I was like, y'all niggas, and I was saying this back then, y'all niggas can't even go out the front door without getting goddamn harassed by the fucking police. But, see, now I agree with that shit, but that's what you had to do, because it was fake. Where we stayed down south, you ain't had niggas acting stupid, snatching purses and shit like that. You had gangbangers, drug dealers, nobody kicking old ladies and kidnapping or whatever Biggie was talking, that weak ass shit. That shit weak as fuck. I always thought it was weak. When he first came out, it's like, you just really trying to sound like Pac, but you got a New York slang and accent. But you talking gangster shit, you switched over, and we know why. If you really was paying attention to rap, because y'all wasn't making no money. All right, so anyway, this woman right here.
Renters have gotten out, and owners are of a ghost town has become. My building, I live on in the Upper West Side of Manhattan. My building's about half gone now. The renters have gotten out. Owners are trying to figure out whether they can sell to move out. How do you bring people back? I mean, when you consider the lack of any kind of serious leadership, whether we're talking governor or mayor, how do you bring people back? It's a great city. We've been through crises before, but this one seems unique.
I'm a lifelong New Yorker. I love New York. I'm not one of these people who are like, oh, New York has failed, every time anything happened in the last 20 years. I think the three things that we need to do that I laid out in my column today in the New York Post is open schools, parents need that stability, the city needs that stability, stop the riots, and crime as a larger picture is also involved, but in a very particular sense. We need to stop the riots, we need to stop the attacks on police. And the third thing is Governor Cuomo needs to lay off these businesses. They're struggling, they've been struggling. Open the science and continue on with our lives the way we were meant to.
But Carol, none of those things will happen with current leadership.
Right, well, I think they need to see that they're losing a tax base. It's not just the super rich that left, although obviously that's a concern. I think a lot of people think, oh, it's just these rich Manhattanites that left. But I know people able to eat in an indoor restaurant in Long Island, but not in Queens, and they're attached. So much of what we're seeing now makes no sense. There's no science involved. The governor is completely, as a famous Brooklynite, Biggie Smalls once said, got high on his own supply, is very excited about his performance, but nobody else is. So
It's either that's as a matter of fact, Biggie got that quote from NWA. Don't get high off your own supply. That's actually Ice Cube, you knew it back then. You know, again, that's exactly what I was talking about when Biggie first came out. He stole from Ice Cube, and it's like we heard that shit. Way on the song "Dope Man." You heard that shit. Way back in the day. But yeah, that retard he pulled up again. It just now, but I was trying to make a copy. But he pulls up. I don't know, for some reason that little red dude want me to see him all day today. Hey, you know what we say about red niggas. But anyway, but usually they're the ones who get us in trouble because but this nigga, whatever, he just can't stay out of my, but I don't know how long he been living here. I don't even know if he lived by himself or with his mama. But like I said, I couldn't, if I was his age, I could not be part of this group doing the shit he doing. He been out this second time, every time I come out, and it's not a coincidence, trust me. It's not a coincidence. That's some gay shit, homie. Seriously, you gay as fuck, nigga. You the gayest nigga I done seen, I bet out. Just like, how you doing? Just like you see a flaming faggot, everybody know, we don't even know him for real. That's that's the PC shit. They tried to, you can't say no more. Oh, you don't know, blah, 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 blah. In the hood, damn well, you go, why is this gay ass nigga popping up? Seriously, nigga, you get your ass beat. Yeah, I bet that's why he live out here. Well, he a gangstar. He live out here because I don't know why they picked him. But nigga, you get your ass beat, you popping up. Cause one, they gonna be one of you watching me. You might be the police. But really, it's like, you like, well, you ain't doing. I know I'm not doing anything, but still, you that's just your instincts. Why in the fuck is every time I go outside, this nigga outside? You see what I'm saying? No, that's how I'm telling you. They don't believe none of this Black Lives Matter. These niggas ain't from the streets. They're not getting no press. They're fucking puppets for George Soros. This shit is fake. They're Marxists. They're communists. Little punk ass bitches who couldn't make it in life, so they joined this group. They lied, yeah, we're going to take the money and redistribute it. Socialism. That shit doesn't work, fuck boy. So anyway, back to the reason I came out here. Yeah, you heard her. You heard the way she said, like, I'm a Brooklynite. Like Biggie Smalls said. So see, I hit a nerve. I used to like that, but that's Fox. Yeah, I guarantee. They got trust me, that's from what I said yesterday about because they're mad. They don't even know that you still wrong. That quote right there that Biggie got came from Ice Cube in the song "Dope Man." Way back, so you're late. Like I said, y'all was whack. Biggie was whack. Y'all was just trying to be like West Coast and Southern rappers talking gangster shit. That's what Puffy, fake ass niggas. But like I said with X on that thing, DMX, that's why I'm saying you, all this shit is connected. Them doing that show, y'all like gangster rap, I'm telling you. The reason it was, because it was teaching us about what was going on, and they didn't like that. Once those Maxine Waters and them type of, she been, I think she first got, like, I looked up, in 1990, all them motherfuckers like Dolores Tucker, Tupac used to talk about her. Dolores Tucker used a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So it's not, I don't even give a fuck. Oh, why is this white lady, to me, she in the same category as all them East Coast motherfuckers. The same thing. She don't even know what she talking about. You stole that line. Biggie stole that line. Nobody gave a fuck. It wasn't that big a deal. It wasn't that serious. New York rappers didn't talk about dope. LA rappers, they were the first ones to really talk about. There was some Coogee Rap, hell, sometimes I'd be like, why y'all ain't pump Coogee Rap up? I would have rather y'all pump up Coogee Rap that as an answer to West Coast and Southern rappers than Biggie, in my opinion. That's just my humble opinion. Why y'all ain't put Coogee Rap and pump more money into him? He was more hardcore and it was natural. A nigga from New York it was natural. It wasn't just fake. Like Puffy and Biggie and all that shit. And like again with X, it was real, but also he admitted he got it. And then, like I said, when the one song he did sing, the reason you felt it is because right afterwards, Snoop was like, you, that's your song. You like that one. He said, you even made me forget my lines because because you jumped up and started, that's the only one. I noticed that. As soon as it came on, he hopped up, started rapping it too, right? And then he said he really sounded like one of us and really he was. Because he said, man, we was in the Burgundy MPV. He just started talking about shit that we have no clue about. But that's basically how all of us was. When that song was out, that was the first Chronic. Most of us, we was at that age where you got your little hoopty because you just out of high school or you still in high school. And that's how he might be a little bit old, but that's how you remember that, especially that whole album. It was the beat. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't that the words, oh, bitches ain't shit, oh, it was misogyny. No, it just, like I said, like I said, you didn't hear that song, you might even be headed over to a girl house. So you ain't goddamn go in and slap her, bitches ain't shit, no, because you just know the song, the beat was like the words, it was, and cause obviously it was before he made an album or got famous. But he said it just like the rest of us. Man, shit, we ride, listening to Snoop. But he ain't say it like, he just is like, watch it yourself if you want to. He said, shit, we ride around at that MPV, the old MPV, it was raggedy, a Mazda minivan, it was something they probably got from their mama or somebody or whatever. Or one of them might have owned it. But that's when you were broke. But it was like most of us, you wasn't broke because, you broke your whole, we was young. You was young, you didn't have, we had to get the money your own way. You got a job, you hustle or whatever. And you could feel what he said. So that's why a lot of us, that's how you knew, that's why another thing why I said I know this whole thing is fake. Because like you couldn't say that. In the comments, go through the comment section, you can't say that. To them, X is, they're trying to, again, it's that liberal shit where you just can't tell the truth. X not in Snoop league. No matter what you say, he just not. I mean, even though all his songs he played, they were bangers. We all love him, Snoop, and it looked more like Snoop loved X songs more than X loved Snoop's. Because Snoop knew all the words. You could tell he really was enjoying it, even though it was a battle. But X only knew like one song, cause I can tell you why they didn't listen to it. Back then when that stuff was new, they did not. Like I said, by the time I got in the army, niggas from New York, they didn't listen to it. You could tell they were happy when Biggie came out. It was like, oh, we got it back, the Brooklyn. That's why it was such a big deal. And we still the conspiracy theories that both from Pac and Biggie got killed, but it's different why they killed Pac. They think Biggie got killed because Puffy, needed to sacrifice him to, for his fame and fortune he got now. But Pac, he was spreading too much knowledge, talking, and, it might be. I thought about it. Because one line a lot of the people keep bringing up now is actually true. It's not them killing us, it's us killing us. And I ain't think it was that big a deal. I saw it like, maybe a couple months ago in the comment section. You could tell this person knew, but it said, like Pac said, and you could tell people, and then I thought about it just the other day. You know what? He might have been one of the first ones killed by these BLM people back in the 90s. Like BLM didn't exist. I'm talking about Soros, these elites. He was spreading knowledge the way, to stop all the division, because you can't be divided if we look at ourselves as a whole body. The black race, one body, we're sick. It's not them killing us, it's us killing us. He said shit like that. Oh, this nigga gotta go. They wanted all the division. It's white folks, it's racism. But I thought Tupac was so revolutionary and wanted to kill white. But the biggest thing he said is not them killing us, it's us killing us. So it's like, damn, that might have been the reason, I'm thinking. But anyway, you see that this white lady right here, quote, now she's quote, don't get high off your own supply. Like, bitch, that's West Coast. Biggie got it from Tupac. I mean, Ice Cube. Back in NWA days, they first album. You know, but again, you know, she don't know. She just following orders. You know. But here come homo number two. Fag one and fag two. So, but it's crazy, you know. It's like they really refuse to quit, but that's a good thing. Hey, 'cause yeah, we gonna get to have real fun. Y'all got to party now. She's like, no, don't stop partying now. Please don't keep going. Please, exactly. It's like, no, don't stop. Please, by all means, continue. Keep partying. It is on like popcorn.